to start by asking you a question. Have you ever come to a four-way stop and just froze and don't know what to do? You wait, they wait, and everyone starts moving at once, and chaos happens. Just imagine, it happened to millions of people every day. As a traffic engineer, I study traffic data, pattern, and do you know, behind every signal, every guide sign, every pedestrian crosswalk, there is a person, a team, a moment of decision or hesitation. And today, I want to explore a question with you. Why do we act or sometimes fail to act when it matters the most? Let me paint a picture here. You are driving home, it's dusk. A child is trying to cross the street, and the light is yellow. Do you slow down or speed up? We think driving governed by laws, but in the real world, it's based on emotions and behavior, time constraint, social pressure, and also how others are behaving around us. We call this herd behavior. We call this herd behavior. If the car in front of you runs through a yellow light, odds are you will too. Or if someone stops for the pedestrian, most likely you will repeat the same behavior. And that split-second choice can become a difference between life and death. How many of people took the New Jersey Turnpike to come to this venue? Do you know, most of the people here in New Jersey, instead of take the car-only lane, they take truck and buses lane. They think that this is the faster route. But there is an interesting part. They think that this is the faster route, but actually it's not. Because most of the people making the same decision based on the same assumption. From the traffic engineering standpoint, truck bus lanes are designed for different speed. And when passenger car flooded into the truck bus lane, it will create the potential of side sweep collision or speed mismatches or aggressive merging. We need to be aware and not to become a part of herd. As a traffic engineer, I would recommend you to use Google Maps or Waze to find out what would be the real travel time. And don't be a part of herd. Because sometimes counterintuitive choices are the best choices. Turnpike will always remain a busy road. According to a state police New Jersey, up till now, 400 fatalities have been observed due to traffic crashes. It is just like a ripple, and until that ripple becomes a tragedy. A woman named Sarah was physically attacked by a man in a busy street in LA, followed by a minor car accident. Many pedestrians or drivers drive by without intervening or calling for help. Psychologists attributed this inaction as a bystander effect, where people are less likely to assist in an emergency due to a diffusion of responsibility. It's not like people do not care. It's like everyone was waiting for someone else to act. We need to create a safe environment for people. And people often fail to act due to a combination of apathy and uncertainty. When no one acts, no one acts. And here, engineering meets empathy. We think stop sign is just a sign. This is actually a nudge. It tells you, pause, pay attention. Someone else may be depending on you. We have gone far from designing roads to designing behaviors. And we use design to influence choices, just as like a raised crosswalk make pedestrian more visible so the car cannot hit the pedestrian, or adaptive traffic signal time adjust in a real time, and also countdown Countdown time reduced jaywalking by making time feel more manageable. These are not just design features, these are psychological cues. And we have gone far from designing roads to designing behavior. And do you know what is the most fascinating part? These artificial intelligence are learning from us. How fast we can go, how often we jaywalk, or when we hesitate. We need to create psychological safety, where people feel empowered, speak up, take initiative, and help others. Because when people feel safe, they don't hesitate, they don't wait for others, they lead. I grew up in Karachi, Pakistan, a city with 18.1 million, full of culture, and people are constantly moved. Growing up in that city means witnessing congested road, crumbling infrastructure. Me as a little girl riding this public bus, always ask myself this question: why something so essential, mobility, feels so broken? That's early days frustration, but not just frustration, that become fuel. And that's why I choose civil engineering as a profession. Not to build buildings, but how to solve this problem. That journey brought me to the United States, where now I work as a traffic engineer and gaining hands-on experience how to make safer and smarter system. And what drives me to this belief that everyone deserves to feel safe and seen on the road, whether they are walking, driving, or just crossing the street. I observe waiting others for lead is a risk too. A risk of misidea, or silence, or missed opportunity. Because I see unclear signage, or outdated traffic signal time, or poor traffic design could impact millions of people, not only financially, environmentally, economically. And I see how impactful just changing a lane, or like changing a traffic signal time could impact millions of lives. So, we don't need to be heroes to change a difference. We just need to notice, to care, and to act. So the next time, if you see the broken signal, or if you see a broken street light, or if you see a pothole, or if you feel unsafe on the road, please report to the authority, because that one report could save many people's lives. And as our Lord says, if you save one life, you would save the whole humanity. Lastly, I want you to imagine if you're at the intersection. It could be literal or metaphorical. Ask yourself this question: what if I act first? What if I use my phone while driving? Or what if I feel distracted? Because no matter how small our choices are, have impact and power. Power to influence others, power to save lives, and power to change the world. And whether you are at the boardroom, in your communities, in school, remember, a psychology behind everyday choices is complex. But the right action what made ordinary, extraordinary, and the world a better place. Thank you so much.